Welcome. So tonight we are talking about the income opportunity with Lyconet as part of My World. My name is Arlene-Laskey. I am a marketer with Lyconet and My World. And I think this is a great program because you actually get to earn based on shopping. Who loves shopping? I do. It's great.
And my name is Ken Persky, and I'm a Lyconet marketer here in Canada. And basically what this program is, it's one of those things that it's been hard to describe what this is, and we've thought about it for years and years. So basically what it is I'm helping promote large stores, small stores to help cross-promote between each other, and I get paid to promote at places that I already shop at and help my friends do exactly the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And you may have heard of traditional investing. Maybe you're even doing some of it. We heard in our other presentation, only 35% of Canadians have 35% of Canadians have no savings or investments. So hopefully you're in the 65% and you have at least some investments and savings. But there are some drawbacks to traditional investing. It's all based on how much money you can put aside and how much the market is going to provide, how much inflation goes up. Hopefully your investment is worth more than the cost of living increase and so on. So we have another way, door number 2, network marketing with Lyconet, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight.
Mm-hmm. So I was, like I said, I was a financial advisor for about 3.5 years, and we would show this to basically every client that we ever sat down at. Said, so you go to school and you have loans, and maybe it takes you to the age of 25 before you pay off your loans, and you have $300 a month that you're going to put together for 7 years, and you're having a 7% rate of return for until you're 65, and you'd have about $130,000 when you get your retirement. And I never understood why, if you had the great habit, why you'd stop at 32. I always seen the slide and I went, okay, I'll just ignore that part. But so again, same scenario, you're 18 years old, you go to school, you get married, now you have children, and you have all those expenses, and you pay off your students' loans, and now you don't start till you're 32 years old, and you go till you're 65, so you're paying $300 a month for 17 years instead of 7. And because you don't have as much time to be able to compound interest and compound growth, you end up with about the same amount of money. So, and we're going to show you what that kind of looks like at $131,000 when you get to retirement on the next slide.
So residual income is the best kind of income. It's money that you work hard for up front and you get paid long term. It may be, for instance, if you write a hit song or best-selling novel, you get those royalties coming in forever. Or if you have money in the bank earning interest, that would be great too. And this example, based on the last slide, they were saving around $130,000, but here we have 120. So if you had $120,000 in the bank earning 5% interest, if you're lucky enough to have 5% interest, that's going to give you $500 a month.
Woo-woo.
That could make a difference for you, but is it going to be enough to live on? I think not. And how soon can you accumulate $120,000 to have in the bank to earn that interest? Good questions.
Good questions.
Mm-hmm. And another statistic from the other presentation, the average savings people have in RRSPs is $55,000. So they're going to get a little over $200 a month from their RRSPs to live on.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. So as a Lyconet marketer, basically I can sign up, I go shopping and I earn up to 5% cash back for shopping at places that I already shop at. I can refer members for free if I invite them off the app. And more importantly, I can refer merchants, and my team can refer merchants, and we help those merchants understand the program on how it works. Now, I am a loyalty merchant myself, And the reason why I became a loyalty merchant is because I wanted to increase my sales. I also wanted to reward my existing customers. So what I did was when I became a merchant, I basically signed up my own customers. And what I experienced myself was I had a 24% increase in sales in a year-to-year in my very first year of doing this. My second year of doing Cashback World, I'm only a 6-month business. I have about a 20% increase over my best year last year. It's 20% higher this year. And that's, again, it's just my own personal numbers, but it's working for me. Now, decreasing expenses, I can I can buy gas, I can pay my utilities, my point of service machine. I can use my everyday expenses and get paid back to my business and back to myself for spending at places I spend already. But more importantly, as a global leverage, I sell sod. I sell 3 products. I sell sod, I sell fertilizer, and I sell seed. That's the only 3 things that I sell out of my depot. And once I become a marketer or once I become a merchant, there's 130,000 places that my shoppers I can give that card free to my shopper. And as they go and shop outside the world, outside my shop, I'm going to get paid and build that residual income for things that people are already spending money on. Just a great program all around.
Mm-hmm. And we saw this earlier as well, 47 countries around the world. Now there's 2 ways you can participate in this global business. If you know somebody in another country that's part of Cashback World, you can get them to join your shopping team. Or there's another way too, and we'll show you that in a little bit.
So when I was first invited to this a little over 5 years ago, I promised myself I'd never do another networking thing again. The person that invited me, I'd been in a couple other networking things with that person, and I said, look, I'm not coming. And then she said, you know what, this one's different. Just come on out and have a look at it. And when I seen this particular slide, it's not about shopping, but redirecting your expenses. Statistics show that once you have a loyalty card with any of these places, you actually go back to that place 81%, like shoppers become more loyal to that card going forward. And every one of these places pretty much have their own loyalty card, so I can get double dipped actually spending at places I normally do. And this presentation is for training purposes only. How fast you build your shopping community grows depends entirely upon yourself.
So the power of 0, what does that mean? Look at all of these companies. They're new. It's new technology, new ideas, new way of doing business. Uber, they don't own their vehicles, but they're the world's largest taxi company. Facebook doesn't own any of that content, doesn't produce it. You're the one who's making the content on Facebook. Airbnb, world's largest accommodation provider, they don't own that real estate. It's the people that is powering it. Cashback World is kind of the same. They're not owning those stores, but they're part of the network, and people go shopping and everybody benefits.
So as a like-it marketer for those that want more, so what's your wish and what's your why? My why is that I have a 18-month-old daughter, and I want to build a shopping community that she'll never have to want for anything. And the great part about this program is that it's a willable asset. So the hard work that I'm putting up front today will benefit my wife and my child if I ever happen to pass away. And like, what's your why? When I first seen this program, again, I didn't want to come to it. But when I first seen this program, because I was a financial planner, 95% of all people in North America the old way is not working. Like, it's just not working. People are asking to put a bunch of money away each month, and people struggle with that. People will find money for a vacation, but they won't find money for retirement money. And then once they spend the money on the vacation, now they get farther in the hole in debt. I see this as a potential way to help people to earn that extra $500,000, $2,000 a month and help people get out of debt. I mean, it's work, but it's a work that you can enjoy and help your friends at the same time. And again, we sell nothing, but we earn when people buy everything. And again, to me, that's just an amazing product. We get paid on the shopping volume of the shopping community that we help create.
And our compensation plan has many different ways we get paid, but there's 2 main parts to that. There's something called career commissions, and that's based on how many shopping points are created in our shopping network each month. And the balance commissions are based on units, which we'll show you shortly, and that is paid out over time based on the growth of your team as well as the global shopping. And that's another way you get to participate in that shopping around the world, and it's just amazing. And just have a quick look at our career commissions. So at each of those levels, you have to earn a certain amount of shopping points per month. And this gives you a sample of how much you're going to earn in those months. So level 1, that might be a significant income for somebody who just wants a little extra. But if you want to replace your income, or maybe you want to earn in a month what you're now earning in a year, that's these kind of levels. That's what I'm kind of shooting for now. And at career level 4, we start earning the car bonus. So you can actually get paid to drive a car with our company. Pretty cool. So that balance commission is the units, and we'll show you a unit right away that you shop at the places that pay you, and you earn shopping points. As well, you can purchase discount vouchers and earn shopping points. So Easy Shop Plus is the monthly purchase of discount vouchers, and that creates units up front. They're automatically redeemed when we shop, and we call that recash, where you go shopping, those shopping points that you earn through shopping pay you back for that discount voucher. So you get your money back from you and your shoppers. And so the actual day-to-day expense can get paid back to you. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. So what is a unit? Basically, simple way of thinking it is 50 shopping points. You can either shop until you get enough 50 points and then you become compensation eligible, or you can do that Easy Shop Plus and put the unit into the system at the very beginning and then get paid back as it starts to, as your shopping starts to continue to go forward.
And this is what the balance program looks like. Looks like a big funnel. I like to call it the money funnel, because as the shopping points and the units accumulate here, the blue ones are yours, the white and the yellow ones are other people's. But as those units come in, you get paid out commissions. So it's like a money funnel.
Mm-hmm. So let's just think of an average shopper goes shopping and spends $1,500 on a couch or on a fridge or something. And that particular merchant you're going to, as you look on the app, it says 3% cash back and 2 shopping points for every $150 spent. So that merchant has a pre-approved fee that's 7%, that if a Cashback World shopper comes in their store and spends money, they would pay 7% or $105 on that $1,500 worth of purchase. And where does that $105 go? So $1 or 1% goes to Cashback World. They get paid $15. There's 1% marketing bonus. So that means the person that signed up, that particular person, if as long as they're a marketer and they're on Easy Shop Plus, they would get a 0.5%. And then the person that signed them up, if they were also a marketer, they would get an additional 0.5%. So they'd each get paid $7.50. But more importantly, your customer is getting 3% cash back for buying things that they're going to buy anyways. So they would get $45 and 2 shopping points for every $150. So 2 times 10 is 20 shopping points. Every one of those shopping points are worth $1.50 worth of recash. So you started with $75 as the unit put in. If you were this shopper, you get all $75 back by one purchase. If you were a marketer, your customer would get $45 and you would earn $30 just being the marketer of that shopper.
Yeah, when they went shopping.
When they went shopping, you actually get $37.50 because you'd get part of the marketing bonuses.
Right. That's cool. And so you kind of saw this already, but we're going to go through it again. There's 2 ways to create that unit or accumulate those shopping points. One is shop first, earn later. So you shop and you shop and you shop. About $1,500 worth of shopping will accumulate 50 shopping points. That'll be more or less depending on how many shopping points per dollar spent. And eventually that 50 shopping points goes into that money funnel and you get commissions of at least $765. Now the other way is to get that discount voucher. This is earn now, shop later. So you buy the discount voucher for $75, you get your 50 shopping points, you go shopping and it pays you back, and you still get to earn that $765 with that initial commissions. So this is what we like to do, and this is not only you benefit from the shopping, you get commission eligibility right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. So a balance commission for that $75, what you generate is 50 shopping points, which makes a unit. And as that unit starts to go through the system, the first layer, it'll pay $765. And there's also something called a bonus unit or transfer units. And as those units go up, like think of it a 5-story building. So as it goes up each floor, it pays a little bit more and you earn more income. So potentially each $75 could earn you a little over $24,000. And maybe that's going to take 15, 20, 25 years. Who knows? Again, my daughter might be getting the benefit from what I'm doing today. Pretty cool system.
Mm-hmm. And you can earn even more income. There's a lot that we have to share, and we can't tell you all of it because your mind would explode and you wouldn't understand it anyway. Great thing about our business, you don't have to understand everything. They'll still pay you as long as you do what you need to do, which is share and shop. And that is your job description. So there's bonus income that you can get from millions of customers and marketers around the globe.
So how the system works, that once you have 7 blue units in your own system, so 7 times 75 is $525, you can reset your setting. Instead of you putting those units into your own system, you can put them into it. The computer randomly picks a country each month. You're allowed to get up to 3 of these per month. And as those units and as shopping happens in those 47 countries, more units are going to be made and produced. And as your units fall behind yours, you don't even have to have anybody signed up, let's say in England. You get a unit in England, you don't even know anybody in England because of Easy Shop Plus and the shopping that's happening in that particular country. Units will just automatically start to be placed behind yours, and you start to generate retirement income, passive retirement income, because the units are just starting to cycle in a natural way.
Yeah, so this is the second way you can participate in that global shopping network, even if you don't know people in those countries, like Ken said. And think about it this way. If you get paid $765 on one unit, how many units do you want to have? You want to keep getting units, so you keep getting paid more and more.
Mm-hmm. So how the system works, you start with 1 unit. So 1 unit is $75. It's 50 shopping points. And you want to, in our opinion, you want to start with a starter pack. So that's a total of $124. And it's like being on a baseball team. You basically either got a walk or a hit, and you're on first base. Now, if you happen to want to, you hear what you like, what you hear, and you want to get started with more. I believe that 4 units is a better way to get started. So 4 times 75 is $300, plus the starter kit is $349. And we were told that every one of those units potentially can pay out $765. And we'll show you what that looks like in a couple slides. But you could start with 7 units. If you started with 7 units, you could either get in the national rotation on your second month, or you could do 4 units on level 1 and 1 unit on level 2. And we'll kind of give you those instructions at a later time.
So what happens when you share this? That's the beauty of this business. Say you just shared it with 2 people each month. You got 2 new marketers on your team each month, and those people did the same thing. And in this example, 2 every month. By the end of 6 months, you have 729 marketers on your team. And these are marketers. You probably have some shoppers as well. I would hope so. And because not everybody's going to want to be a marketer. But what would happen if everybody just started with 1 unit and went on Easy Shop Plus, gets 1 unit each month? So you'd have 50 shopping points per person every month. And by the end of 6 months, you're getting numbers for a career level 3. That's not bad, considering 6 months, and what else are you going to do in 6 months anyway? But let's do better. So what if everybody started with 4 units, like Ken just showed you, 4 units, and then 1 unit a month after that? So it's not costing you a huge amount. It's about the cost of a cup of coffee a day for your month. And then you can get paid back on that with that recash. By the end of 6 months, career level 4 numbers.
You're qualified for career level 4. So you qualify the first month and confirm the second month.
Now, if everybody started with 7 units and then just did 1 unit, and remember, you can do 1, 2, or 3 every month for Easy Shop Plus. But even if it's just 1 unit, by the end of 6 months, career level 5 numbers. So that's not too bad, but we can do better.
So the program is called Easy Shop Plus, and the reason every networking company wants you to get off to a fast start. So if you get 5 people putting at least $124 in your first month, that's 1 unit plus the starter kit, you'd earn actually $112.50 in your first 30 days. And if you taught your 5 people to get 5 people, so you'd have 30 marketers in the first month, you'd have an additional $750 a month. And that's kind of what we're promoting. We're promoting if you can get off to a fast start with 5 gets 5, the third month potentially will take care of itself, and you can have an additional $3,000 in bonus. This slide happens to come from the United States, so it says US money. You're sorry about that. You're going to get Canadian dollars. So you're not going to have like 6 billion.
No, right? Yeah, yeah, that's okay. This works in every country. They've figured out the exchange rate and whatever, and it works. So here's an example. If instead of 2 by 2, you build by 5 every month. So first month you help 5 people get started as marketers, and then each month everybody's getting 5 of their own. And that's over time. In this example, you're going to have a total of 19,000 and some marketers by the end of 6 months. So that's pretty,
potentially about a $20,000 a month income. And all you started with 149 or 124 in the first month and did 5 more months of $75.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Or you could start with the 4 units and then every month just do 1. And career level 8, do you remember back when we said the international bonus, career level 7 and 8, they get a little piece of all the shopping all around the world. Can you imagine getting that by month 6 in your business?
And you started with 349 and you did $75 a month for 5 more months and just help your friends learn the same. Again, I've been in other networking and they say a duplicatable system. I've never seen anything that's less expensive and potentially easier duplicatable than this.
Mm-hmm. And then the last example is just everybody starting with 7 and then doing 1 a month. And you're just a higher, stronger career level 8 by that 6-month mark. So it's pretty cool what you can accomplish. But Ken, what happens in 14 months?
So I showed this particular slide to, or we did a presentation to a gentleman by the name of Ricardo, and he gave me the phone call the next day, and he says, "I see 2 problems." And I said, "Okay, I'm a chef. I'm okay with someone telling me I'm doing something wrong." And he said, "1, your system is too easy." And I said, "Well, Ricardo, I really want to thank you because it took me 3.5 years of finding the right people to be able to help me with slides like this and to be able to understand the program and to be able to promote the program. So yes, I thank you because that was what my goal was to be able to something easy and duplicatable." The second one was, he says, "I did the math. And if 5 people got 5 people, in 14 months, you'd have all 7 billion people signed up in 14 months. And I said, that would be a good problem to have. So thank you for for your thoughts.
So we know that life happens and it doesn't usually go perfectly, but this is an example to get you thinking.
Mm-hmm. So I'm a math person, and back in high school, the teacher would teach. I would go ahead and do all the questions that he told me, and then basically everybody in the class would come to me and say, "What did he just say?" So I'm going to try and summarize over the last couple slides what I just said, or what we just said. If you get 4 people doing 4 units at $75 each, that's $300 plus the starter kit is $349. You're going to get 4 units. Each unit is 50 shopping points. You're going to have 200 shopping points. Okay. Now, if you get 5 people doing 200 shopping points, you'll have about 1,000 shopping points in your first 30 days. The money that you can earn by doing this is there's $112.50 in speed bonus. Remember that this is a loyalty card. So if everybody just spent $300 as a marketer, and you had them being a marketer, you'd have about $1,500 for the shopping, and you'd earn $7.50 in marketing bonus. Not that much, but you know what? It's not bad. But more importantly, now you become part of because you become Easy Shop Plus, you become commission eligible, and you're going to earn just about $216 in your first month. Well, guess what? $216 is more than $75. You're going to put $75 into the next month, and you're going to teach your 5 people to do the same thing. So in the second month, if you 5 people teach 5 people to get theirs, you'd have about 30 marketers, an additional 25 in the second month. So you'd have about 5,000 shopping points in your first 60 days in your second month. And more importantly, your speed bonus is going to be potentially another $750 in cash. You're going to have $100 worth of marketing bonus because, again, it's a loyalty card. If everybody spent $300, you're 30 people spending $300, you'd have about $10,000 in shopping. You'd earn an extra $100. But more importantly, the most important part of this entire program is to get a unit cycling. And as that unit cycles, when there's 35 units on the left and 35 units on the right, we said that's a money funnel. When that happens, you get $600 in cashback world credit that they ask you to spend it back at loyalty merchants. Maybe you want to take a trip. Maybe you needed glasses. Maybe you need something that you've been thinking about for a long time. You need tires. You need something. You're going to spend through the system. As you spend through the system, Cashback World rewards you with this bonus, and you get the $600 back into your bank account to spend however you want. And you're going to earn potentially another $350 in commissions. So again, in your second month, you can earn $1,800 just by following a duplicatable, simple system. $1,800 is more than $75. You're going to put $75 in the third month, and that's when the magic really starts to happen. So it's kind of going from 5 to 25 to 125. So people kind of go, you know what, but what if it did? You know what? If it did, you'd have 125 people doing 200 shopping points. You'd be potentially at 25,000 shopping points within your first 3 months, which means that you're earning between $1,500 and $2,300 a month. And the slide that we showed a long time ago, if you had $150,000 or $120,000 in some form of investment, you'd have $500. Well, this is times 4 times that. So do you think doing what you're doing right now, you're going to have between $120,000 and $500,000 in some form of investment, doing what you're doing right now within a 3 month to a year, 2 years, 5 years? Like, do you think you can get to $500,000? This is residual income, duplicating something that you're doing already, and the earning potential of what this is in the first 90 days is the speed bonus would be another $3,000. You'd still have $100 marketing bonus because you'd still only get paid on 2 levels, so you get another $100. You'd have now 3 units, more units. So you started with 4. All 4 of your units potentially, if everything went right, you'd have another $1,800 in credit that you'd be able to spend. You'd have $1,900 in commissions, and now you're getting into the career bonuses, and everything just starts to get that much more beautiful once you get to level 4 and above. So potentially, you'd have $499 in the system. and you could have earned over $9,500 in the first 90 days. And the way I look at this is most car payments here in Canada are about $500 a month. When you drive that car off the lot, you've lost thousands of dollars on the value of that car. Well, this is potentially doing something you're doing anyways, helping your friends, and that's what this is about, building a shopping community going forward. So again, we say this presentation is for training purposes only. There's no guarantees. There's no inferred that this is what you're going to get to, and it depends entirely upon yourself and your friends and family. How fast your shopping community depends entirely upon yourself.
So I'm hoping that by now you're ready to earn extra income. If you're not, that's okay. But are you ready? Can you see yourself sharing this? We don't expect you to teach this to your friends. You invite them to the webinars so that we can do that for you. If you're ready to be a marketer, we're here to help you. Just invite a few friends to the next presentation, and you can get started now to build a shopping community around the world.
Mm-hmm. So if you've got this far, you're probably a Lyconet marketer. And if you're a Lyconet marketer, then you want to decide, well, you want to start with 1 unit, 4 units, or 7 units. 124, $349, or $574. And you want to set your own personal strategy on how far and how to me, it's not about how fast. It's more along the line of what kind of income do you need at this moment in time to be able to get your head above water. And what's your goals and commitments and likes and all that kind of stuff. So what we like to ask people is to commit at least 6 months of starting with potentially the 4 units and doing 1 unit a month. And you're going to want to continue doing it month after month because your residual income is only going to potentially go up as these units start to fall in behind yours. And you're not only just changing your own life, you're changing many, many, many other lives because you're helping them earn extra income. And I've heard many people say, look, I don't have that much money to get started. Well, we just showed you a great program that potentially with a little bit of startup costs, within a couple months, now all of a sudden you do have extra money to be able to buy extra groceries or whatever your needs happen to be.
And we do have resources for you. We have the cashback.club is an online resource that has videos and training, and mycashback.ca is an online shopper resource. So that one has videos and tools how to go shopping, plus events, the link for this website. So if you tell your friends to go to mycashback.ca, go to the events tab, and they will see a link to join these webinars, and they can come along with you. Because you don't know who needs money and who you could help with this. Don't judge them for
95%. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much. And again, I'm not one of the people that know the 5% people. So pretty much 100% of everybody I know is looking for extra income. That's how I'm looking at it. It's like everybody has a potential. There was a gentleman in Medford, Oregon, and he was 86 years old. And here's what his setup was. I'm 86 years old. I've been told no in so many different ways. You might as well sign up now because I'm going to keep bugging you until you do.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Whatever works for you, right?
Great. Well, I'm going to stop the recording now and open it up to questions.